BTS has cemented their status as one of the most influential music acts in the world, not just within the realm of K-pop, but across global entertainment, and it's something that goes all the way back to the unique way the group was marketed from the very start of their careers. The success that we've all witnessed BTS achieve over the years has no doubt been thanks to their incredible talent. However, their legacy is much more than the record-breaking achievements and sold-out stadiums that have come from it. One key factor of their success and popularity has always been their fans and the bond between the members and their fan base, and once upon a time, this completely reshaped the way things were done in K-pop. BTS's rise to the top of the US music scene wasn't an overnight phenomenon. It was a carefully built momentum of groundbreaking milestones, beginning in 2018 when they became the first South Korean band to debut an album at #1 on the US Billboard charts. Since then, they've collaborated with global superstars like the Chainsmokers, Halsey, Ed Sheeran, Steve Aoki, and Megan Thee Stallion, while making iconic appearances on American platforms such as Good Morning America, Saturday Night Live, and even Times Square's legendary New Year's Eve concert. They have a long list of successes tied to their name as well, such as their 5 Grammy nominations for Album of the Year, Best Music Video, and Best Pop Group Performance, Guinness World Records for fan engagement, and a legacy of breaking through the barrier in the US music market like no other artist before them. And while these achievements have their incredible talent to thank, it's something that wouldn't have been possible without their fans acquired through amazing marketing strategies and seamless online connections, just like how Saley keeps you connected worldwide without the hassle, ensuring you never miss a moment, no matter where you are. Coming to you from the creators of NordVPN, Saley offers affordable eSIM plans in 180+ countries and 8 regions. No more hunting for local SIM cards, just download the Saley app on iOS or Android, pick a plan, and follow the setup steps. Your eSIM activates the moment you arrive, keeping you online instantly. The best thing is that Saley makes data simple, offering everything from 1 GB for light use to 100 GB that lasts 6 months, so you're always covered. You also don't have to swap eSIMs, just add new destinations to your existing Saley eSIM, top up, and stay connected hassle-free. Saley keeps your connection secure so you can focus on enjoying your trip. Avoid data-draining ads and unsafe websites by enabling ad blocker and web protection in your eSIM settings. Travel worry-free. Plus, you can save 15% on data plans with the code KOOKIE at checkout. Grab the Saley app or visit saley.com/kookie to get started. Stay connected, travel stress-free, Saley has you covered. The K-pop industry has historically been quite rigid, with tightly controlled images and strict contracts that often limit the personal expression of idols. In the early 2010s, when BTS was formed, the industry often prioritized perfection over individuality, and idols were trained to project a polished, idealized image, leaving little room for vulnerability or personal connection in the way that we know it to be today. BTS challenged this norm from the start, as their lyrics openly discuss topics like societal pressure, mental health, and self-doubt as young people growing up in a strict world, and this is something that resonated deeply with all of their fans. This kind of honesty stood out in stark contrast to the sanitized personas often expected of idols, which is why success came to them so easily in the eyes of many. Much of BTS's success can also be traced back to the vision of Bong Si-hyuk, founder of Big Hit Entertainment, at the very start of their career. As a veteran producer and songwriter, Bong Si-hyuk envisioned a group that broke away from the constraints of traditional K-pop. He wanted BTS to be relatable, empathetic figures who could serve as companions to their fans rather than unattainable icons that the public knew nothing about. In a company document from 2012, Bong Si-hyuk expressed his desire to create a group that could act as a shoulder for their fans to lean on. He envisioned members who were genuine, approachable, and willing to share their struggles with the world, and this philosophy became the foundation of BTS's identity that set them apart from other groups in the industry. From the beginning, BTS operated differently from its peers, as they were allowed creative input in their music, oftentimes writing lyrics that reflected their personal experiences and struggles. However, what truly made the group such a hit for especially younger audiences was their social media presence, which was largely managed by the members themselves, which made the experience feel more authentic and unscripted. When BTS debuted, most K-pop acts had minimal interaction with their fans on social media. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram were often used solely for curated updates or promotional content. BTS managed to stand out in their industry at the time by breaking away from this, by taking a more interactive and unfiltered presence approach with their fans. They posted frequently, oftentimes making funny and relatable posts for fans to engage with, or even sincere and thoughtful ones that managed to create a sense of intimacy that drew fans in. Their candid updates and personal interactions weren't just refreshing in the K-pop scene at the time, they were indeed groundbreaking, as no other group had managed to create such a strong bond with their fans until their appearance. While there's no denying the talent BTS possesses, their meteoric rise is greatly credited credited to this unique marketing model that was put in place so early in their careers that showed how a loyal fan base was perhaps the most important part of the equation. This resulted in a diverse ecosystem of content mixing together many different types of marketing in order to appease every type of fan. Fans were then showered in a variety of shows like Run BTS, travel series such as Bon Voyage, and behind-the-scenes vlogs that showed members rehearsing, laughing, and reflecting on their day-to-day lives and careers. These projects weren't just entertaining for many, but they gave fans a unique perspective into who the boys were as people and how they would react in different situations. By allowing viewers to see the personalities, quirks, and vulnerabilities of each member, BTS became more than just idols, as they suddenly turned into relatable individuals that the casual fan could see themselves in. Moreover, their constant use of YouTube and other platforms kept them in the public eye as their content became widely and easily accessible even for international fans. Regularly uploading everything from music videos to casual selfie-style updates ensured that BTS remained visible and relevant even in the hyper-competitive social media landscape beyond K-pop. Other groups had access to similar platforms and could be seen using some of them in a similar manner, but seeing how things have turned out now, it's clear that few managed to maximize their potential as effectively as BTS. This content created a deep narrative that fans can immerse themselves in, something that can evolve with each comeback, album, and interaction. Brands and artists alike have, no surprise, taken note of everything BTS has managed to achieve and have since adopted many of these techniques to build stronger relationships with their audiences. Ultimately, the close connection between K-pop acts and their fans is perhaps the reason why this music scene has managed to become such a global force over the last decade, which was previously almost unheard of before BTS's breakthrough. Another thing that truly made them stand out was the fact that the band was able to avoid the infamous torturous contracts that plagued the K-pop industry at the time. They instead worked under agreements that allowed them more freedom to express themselves and discuss the challenges they faced directly with fans. This openness helped solidify their reputation as a group that prioritized authenticity over perfection, and that meant they oftentimes became the talk of the industry with how different they were. As the group's leader RM also once explained in an interview, BTS's mission has always been to create music that reflects their values and experiences. Their work isn't just about entertainment, it's about vulnerability and finding common ground with their audience. Interestingly, their earlier social media approach felt more raw and unfiltered, to a degree no other group that attempted it managed to reach, especially with the hilarious approach the members sometimes took, as they weren't scared to embarrass themselves for the sake of connecting with their fans. Members would share their thoughts freely online, even poking fun at themselves or their music, and it's something that fans today often reminisce about, as these moments made them feel less like distant idols and more like friends you were keeping a long-distance relationship with. This hands-on approach resonated especially with Western fans who were used to the more approachable type of celebrity that would share snippets of their lives on the internet in a casual manner. Seeing this in a group like BTS, many seemed to gain a lot more interest in the K-pop genre as they were pulled in by the authenticity and talent combined. Especially since BTS was one of the few groups who would actively interact with their international fan base despite not being fluent in English. To many, this is the main reason the group was able to break through in the Western music scene the way they have, as it instantly made them more attractive to a global audience. To others in the industry, this also showed that global stardom didn't have to mean becoming an untouchable figure, and over time, other K-pop groups seemed to take a page out of their book, trying to follow the same tactics that BTS had used. While some groups have since developed their own unique strategies that have become widely praised phenomenons, BTS still stands out as the pioneers who made their bond with their fans an important pillar of their success. Over the years, as BTS grew into a global phenomenon, its online presence has also evolved. Content has become more polished and structured, and some fans have expressed nostalgia for the earlier, more spontaneous days, especially since the evolution of big hit entertainment became a significant part of their company, which has taken a more luxurious approach to the group's marketing nowadays. But regardless of how things have evolved, the foundation they laid in social media engagement continues to influence the way artists connect with audiences worldwide. And even with their much busier schedules, the group members have not seemed to lose their interest in interacting with fans, as they are still able to communicate freely and lovingly with fans on any platform they choose. Despite everything, it's clear that their original marketing strategy isn't something that can ever be forgotten either by fans or the artist, as it has now become something more than just a brand for the group and has turned into a global cultural movement. Their emphasis on authenticity, relatability, and consistent fan engagement set a new standard for how artists interact with their audiences many years ago, and the evolution of K-pop marketing today can all be traced back to the bond created between BTS and their fans.